Everyone thinks they know what's coming in 2027. They've seen the lists, same 5 brands, same tired predictions, same bikes that have been coming soon for 3 years straight. Here's the problem. The bikes that are actually going to change things aren't on those lists. They're being confirmed right now by the manufacturers themselves, and most riders have no idea they exist. By the time the average rider figures it out, the window to be ahead of it is already closed. These are the 7 bikes nobody in your circle is talking about in 2027, and every single one of them changes something you thought you already knew. These aren't rumors. These aren't renders some guy made in his basement. Every bike on this list has been confirmed through manufacturer announcements, official filings, first ride reviews from major outlets, or bikes already sitting in US dealerships right now. Some of them were confirmed just weeks ago. One of them has been quietly available in your local showroom, and most riders have walked right past it without a second look. A few of these will directly affect what you're riding, what it's worth, what it competes with, and what becomes irrelevant the moment they land. Here are the 7 bikes. Let's get into it. When Harley announced they were building a sub-$10,000 motorcycle, most people laughed. A budget Harley, built on a platform developed in India. Nobody's laughing now. The Sprint is confirmed for 2027, and it is going to be the cheapest Harley ever sold in the United States. Oil-cooled single-cylinder engine. Low, long cruiser styling. Fat rear tire. It looks like a Harley. It just does not cost like one. Price target is confirmed under $10,000, though earlier hopes of a $6,000 price tag have been walked back by the company. Here's why that matters. Harley has been losing entry-level riders for years. First-time buyers walk in, see a $15,000 price tag, and walk right back out. The Sprint is the direct answer to that problem. And it does not just affect Harley buyers. If you are selling a used starter bike in 2027, the Sprint just became your competition. Think about what that does to the secondhand market for entry-level bikes. More supply at the bottom means lower prices across the board. But the Sprint is not even the most surprising move Harley is making next year. In 2022, Harley killed it. After decades on the road, the air-cooled 883 was discontinued. No ceremony, no farewell tour, just gone. Harley said the market had moved on. Riders said otherwise. Now, under new CEO Artie Starrs and his back-to-the-bricks strategy, the 883 Sportster is officially returning for 2027. Air-cooled. Evolution 5 Twin. Target price around $10,000. Confirmed. Not rumored, not leaked. Confirmed. And this isn't some watered-down revival. The same 883 cubic centimeter engine that built the reputation. The same stripped-back DNA that made it the first Harley for a generation of riders. It's designed to be a blank canvas. Buy it, customize it, make it yours. Here's what most people are missing. The 883 coming back at $10,000 doesn't just excite existing Harley fans. It reopens a door that's been closed for 3 years. Riders who aged out of their starter bikes and always wanted a real V-twin now have their entry point back. That's a huge pool of buyers who have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for exactly this. The last time a bike this iconic came back from the dead, the wait lists were 6 months long. Harley making big moves is expected. What Suzuki just did, nobody saw that coming. Here is something most American riders do not know. For the past few years, this bike was effectively banned from sale in Europe. It disappeared from showrooms between 2022 and 2023 as emissions regulations tightened. Suzuki could not meet the new Euro 5 Plus standards. So the Gixxer, one of the most iconic superbikes ever built, quietly vanished from European showrooms, and almost nobody talked about it. Now it is back, fully homologated, Euro 5 Plus compliant, and it did not come back quietly. The 2027 GSX R1000R is the 40th anniversary edition. It has an updated engine producing 192 horsepower. A new Astemo IMU for sharper traction and stability control. It has steel-braided brake lines and winglets and revised electronics across the board. Cycle World already has a first ride review published. They ran it on track for 6 hours straight. Their verdict? Strong front-end feel, incredibly easy to ride fast, one of the most confidence-inspiring superbikes they have tested. Here's what that means for you. The superbike market just got more competitive. Kawasaki, BMW, and Ducati had years without the Gixxer in the conversation. That is over. Prices will respond, used values will shift. And Suzuki just reminded everyone why they had a loyal following in the first place. This bike was legally off the market for years. It came back stronger. That changes the superbike game. But the next bike on this list is changing the entire definition of what a motorcycle can be. Right now. Today. If you walked into a Kawasaki dealer this week, you could find this bike on the floor. Most riders walk right past it. They glance at it, read the tag, and move on to something they recognize. That's a mistake. The Ninja 7 Hybrid is the world's first mass-production hybrid motorcycle available in the United States. It has a 451 cubic centimeter parallel twin combustion engine combined with an electric motor. 3 riding modes: pure EV for low-speed city riding, eco hybrid where both power sources work together efficiently, and sport hybrid for maximum performance. The MSRP starts at $12,499, and Kawasaki just rolled out significant updates, refining how the two powertrains communicate with each other. Let that sink in. A hybrid motorcycle, not a concept, not a prototype, not coming soon, available now. Most riders have no idea this exists. Here's why this matters beyond the tech. Hybrid powertrains are where the entire automotive industry moved first. Motorcycles always follow. What Kawasaki just did is plant a flag. They are not waiting to see what happens with electric. They are building the bridge between where engines are today and where the industry is heading. The riders who understand that now are ahead of everyone still arguing about whether electric bikes are real. And the patents Kawasaki has already filed suggest this is just the beginning of their hybrid lineup. If you're the kind of rider who wants to know what is actually happening in this industry before everyone else does, subscribe. I dig into this stuff every single week, and I don't hold back on any of it. Now, if a hybrid motorcycle sitting in your dealership surprises you, what BMW is about to drop is going to hit different. The current S1000RR produces around 206 horsepower. It weighs 197 kilograms fully fueled. It has won more comparison tests than any other superbike in its class over the last 5 years. Track riders love it. Road riders respect it. Every manufacturer that builds a superbike measures themselves against it. BMW looked at all of that and said, not enough. The next generation S1000RR has been confirmed. BMW unveiled the Concept RR, a design and engineering preview of exactly where this bike is going. Production is planned for 2027, and what the Concept RR shows is not a mild update. It's a ground-up rethink. New engine architecture, new frame concept. Projected output is between 225 and 230 horsepower. Aerodynamics go further than anything BMW has put on a road-legal motorcycle before. The engineers built the next RR around where MotoGP technology has moved in the last 4 years. Here's the historical context that makes this significant. BMW entered the superbike market in 2009 with the original S1000RR. Nobody took them seriously at first. A boxer engine manufacturer building a screaming inline-4 superbike to take on the Japanese. The motorcycle press was skeptical. Then it won its first race. Then it started winning comparison tests. Then it became the benchmark. What BMW is about to release in 2027 is the next chapter of that story. If the chapters before it are anything to go by, the competition should be concerned. For riders watching the used market, the moment the new RR lands, current generation bikes will move. If you've been waiting to get into an S1000RR without paying new money, 2027 is your window. Your car has radar. Your truck probably has radar. Adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, Features that were luxury add-ons 10 years ago are now standard on a $30,000 pickup. Your motorcycle has none of that. Most riders accept that as a fact of life. Two wheels means analog. Two wheels means you and the road and your own reaction time. That's just how it is. Triumph just decided that's not how it has to be. Earlier this year, spy shots emerged of a prototype Triumph in testing. Motorcycle News confirmed what they were looking at: a next-generation Tiger with radar units mounted front and rear, both ends, active sensors scanning the road ahead and behind simultaneously. This would make the Tiger 950 one of the most affordable production adventure motorcycles ever to carry adaptive cruise control using a dual radar system. You're on a long highway stretch. You set your speed. The bike reads the vehicle ahead, adjusts its throttle, and maintains a safe gap automatically. Traffic slows, the bike slows. Traffic clears. It pulls back to your set speed. No hands on the throttle required. That's not science fiction. That's what Triumph is testing right now. Front and rear radar together also opens the door to collision warnings, emergency braking assistance, and active safety technology that motorcycles have never had at this price point. Ducati has radar on the Multistrada. That bike starts at over $20,000. Triumph is bringing it to a machine that targets significantly less. If you ride long distance, highway miles, multi-day trips, cross-country runs, this bike changes your calculus. Not because it's faster, because it makes the miles safer and less exhausting in a way nothing else at this price point does. The Tiger 950 is expected to debut late 2026 or early 2027. When it lands, it won't just be the best adventure bike Triumph has ever built. It'll be the most technologically advanced production adventure bike you can actually afford. And for a segment that has always had to choose between capability and technology, that combination is genuinely new territory. And all of that, every bike on this list so far, is just the setup for number one. Because the number one bike on this list didn't just surprise us, it made us rebuild this entire video around it. And before you click away, hear this out. Because this isn't the electric motorcycle story you think it is. Most riders know Livewire as Harley-Davidson's electric experiment, the bike that cost $30,000, the brand that became a punchline in certain corners of the moto community. That story is over. Livewire just announced the S4 Honcho, and it is nothing like what came before it. Built on an entirely new S4 platform with swappable batteries you pull out, charge separately, and swap back in. Two versions launching together, a street model and a trail model. Production starts spring 2026, and the price point is positioned to actually compete with gas-powered bikes for the first time in Livewire's history. This is not a $30,000 statement piece for early adopters. This is Livewire trying to build a motorcycle that normal riders actually buy. Here's why this is number one on this list. Harley-Davidson has been the cultural backbone of American motorcycling for over 100 years. When Harley commits, when they put real engineering and real money behind something, it signals where the industry is going, not where it might go, where it's going. And Harley just went electric again. But this time with a product that makes sense at street level. Swappable batteries mean no range anxiety spiral. You are not hunting for a charging station on a 2-hour trip. You carry an extra battery or swap at a dealer. The friction that killed electric motorcycle adoption, addressed directly. The trail version requires no license. That opens the door to an entirely new category of rider, people who have never thrown a leg over a motorcycle before. If that first experience is good, they come back for more. That is how you grow a market. Most riders are still riding off electric. They rode off hybrid too, and there is already a Kawasaki hybrid sitting in American dealerships that most people do not know exists. The pattern is the same every single time. New technology arrives. Riders dismiss it. Then one day they look up and it is everywhere, and they are the last ones to know. The S4 Honcho is that moment right now, before it is everywhere. At the start of this, most riders thought they knew what was coming in 2027. They didn't. 7 bikes. A budget Harley reshaping the entry-level market. An icon back from the dead. A superbike banned from sale for years that returned stronger. A hybrid already sitting in American dealerships. A BMW that makes its own benchmark look like a rough draft. An adventure bike bringing radar to a price point nobody expected. And an electric motorcycle that finally makes sense. Most riders will walk into 2027 the same way they walked into 2026. Same brands, same models, waiting for someone else to tell them what matters. You just got told. The riders who get left behind aren't the ones who missed the bikes. They're the ones who never went looking. If you made it this far, you're not the average rider, you're paying attention. Subscribe, because the next shift in motorcycling is already happening.